Hey all, Peyton Marine here with another outside the box video. Been a while since I've done that, but really wanted to do kind of a product review real quick and kind of show you kind of how this worked out for me anyway. So the product actually that I'll be I guess reviewing is the custom decal transfer sheets that you can order from Fallout Hobbies chapter customizer. Kind of section thing that they do. And long short of it, I'm very pleased with the results. So I would say the reasoning for the score, if you saw the original photo, 8 out of 10, not a perfect 10 out of 10. There's just a few things that I don't know. I can't really hold it against them. Just I mean, it just is what it is. I'm not like upset by any means, but yeah. So let's dive into it. So I'll kind of can show you here. I have two sheets. So this one, so I use these for my my Star Commanders custom homebrew chapter whatever, and then this one here. So you can kind of see now these ones are gonna look a little kind of blotchy. If you can kind of see. Not quite as crisp and clear as these small ones. Got some, I don't know, a little bit bigger size ones for some panels, and then big ones for like Land Raider, Rhino doors, and such. So obviously, so the way it works, let's see here. I'll go to the website here, and so as you watch this video, if you go to the description to the video below, I'll have a link that'll link you to Fallout Hobbies website where you can get into their custom decal section. Also in the description, I'm also going to post a link to one of my workbench videos where I show how I apply decals. It's a solid way to apply decals. The result is amazing. It looks almost like it's printed or painted right on. Like I say printed because it's so crisp and clean. It's almost like you somehow like printed right onto it. But like I said, I'll link that video in the description as well. So first, what you do, you head over to the custom section, custom made decals and stencils. So you can actually get stencils made too, custom stencils. And then you have a custom decal sheet for $35. Add to cart. So choose the package you want. So you have a custom decal sheet for $35 and custom stencil sheet for $35. Step 2, select optional additional copies of the custom airbrush stencil or decal sheet. Choose only copies of the items you're ordering in step 1. So we have extra custom decal sheet is $15, and as well as the stencil sheet is also $15. Step 3, after placing your order, email us your artwork, clear instructions, and order number to custom@fallouthobbies.com. Alright, so there you have it. Pretty simple. So I went through that. I did the custom decal sheet and then extra sheet and placed my order. Oh, and I actually see there's a typo here. So if you're watching over at Fallout Hobbies, first of all, thank you for watching. And second of all, so on step 3 it says after placing your order, email. So it's like a big E hyphen and then email. Not a big deal, just kind of fun. It's just solid. But anyway, so yeah, so then I got the custom, the decal, and then extra sheets along with it. I then emailed my artwork to them, and so the artwork I had was I had to customize my chapter logo. I'd taken a few different things just off the internet that I had come up with and kind of just really crudely cut and pasted and kind of and made my logo. So the reason for, and so anyway, I was trying to come up with anything, but I don't have like a good like Adobe or anything like that, no less. So the resolution and just the clarity of it wasn't the best. I mean, you could definitely tell what it was. But yeah, it definitely wasn't anything that was like print ready. So yeah, so anyway, so they have some disclaimers here. Fallout Hobbies can work with photo of hand-drawn image from the internet, or your vector raster artwork. We accept all formats and can work with pretty much anything. So what I sent was pretty much anything. Fallout Hobbies will redraw the supplied artwork in vector format for ultra crisp printing on decal sheets and precision cutting on vinyl stencils. The customer will get the opportunity to proof the designs before moving on to final production. All custom orders take 4 to 6 weeks, about 4 to 6 weeks production time. Custom decal FAQ, 2 icons permitted per sheet. And I would say unless there's some common, it's at least in my experience it seems to be, unless there's like some more common symbols and stuff, because I wanted some of the was it unit battle roll icons, like the tactical arrows, the elite cross, the fast attack X, like those things are, I just needed them in a different color. I didn't, so I don't know. So they actually were very helpful in facilitating that aspect as well. So real quick to go into the design. Many people might recognize it is very similar. Not exactly similar, but quite similar to the symbol that the 160th Special Operations Air Regiment in the Army, the Night Stalkers, use as their symbol. Essentially, what I had done is I had taken a different dagger. It's the same style dagger that is on their patch, and but got a kind of a different, higher clarity one, at least somewhat, and then shorter, so it wasn't, so like as you can see here on the actual logo, you have the curled wings and the star at the top, and then this dagger here. So that dagger on the original one actually goes all the way to the top of the wings where the wingtips meet, and there's no star. So that was the original thing. So I had gone through actually many different versions of a logo for my chapter, and some that didn't even look like this. Another one that had the dagger and the wings were kind of outstretched, similar to the Dark Angels one, except the wings were actually connected. Well, I guess they are in the Dark Angels one. Oh no, actually they're not. They're kind of, anyway. It was very similar to Dark Angel ones, but instead of the sword being down, the dagger was pointed up, and then I had a star above there. But anyway, ended up, I had posted all the different types I had on my Facebook page, and the most ones that people liked was this one that I've ended up with. Also went with that because with the Star Commanders, we know, like, I based a lot of it on the Buzz Lightyear Star Command cartoon, and the Star Command logo is the planet with the ring around it going diagonal, has a rocket ship in the middle and the wings coming out. So I wanted to kind of try to like figure out a way of incorporating elements of that and keeping with the theme some. So essentially it's like if you took that Star Command logo that they had, just take the wings, bring them up, take the planet out, or not really take it out, but take the planet, make it a star, move it to the top, and then your spaceship now becomes a dagger. And that's essentially kind of the thought behind all of it. And then it just so happened that, like I said, the 160th SOAR happened to have their own logo that looked very similar to like what I wanted. Again, though, I didn't like the dagger going all the way to the top, and then I needed to add the star aspect to it. I think it turned out quite well. They redrew it so it's crisper than what I had kind of pasted together, and I have no complaints there. So then the question becomes, okay, why not a perfect score? So again, these are kind of nitpicky things, nothing major by any means. Communication, I would say, was kind of good, I guess. So I had sent everything, and I didn't hear anything back. It, of course, takes 4 to 6 weeks, and then it had been like almost 5 weeks. I still hadn't heard anything back past the initial, I sent the email, I got an email back saying that they got it, and what color armor would these be applied to. I let them know, mostly white armor with a few darker variants, and then I didn't hear anything for about 5 weeks, and then I started emailing back, and I still didn't hear anything, and then I Facebook messaged. I kind of got, I guess, stage 5 cleaner, a stalker type, I guess, in a way, and messaged them on Facebook, to which I got a response. And to this, I didn't realize, I don't know if all of Fallout Hobbies is a one-man show, or just more particularly just the decal stencil section, which, okay, I mean, I wasn't like trying to, there was no huge rush, I just was kind of looking for some kind of update or whatever, or anything, but I got a response on Facebook, just, yes, have it, I'm a one-man job here, and I respond to emails, but it takes me a few days, and at that point I think it had been 3 or 4 days, but he gets so many emails, it just takes him time to get through them, and he gets to respond, which is understandable. So I guess that would be kind of a little bit of a kind of a setback, was the communication wasn't immediate, but that's not a big deal, because I was able to get in communication. It's not like it just blew me off completely and then I didn't receive my product. I did. But then I also understand there is I guess it's a one-man job. I didn't know that initially. I just figured the 4 to 6 weeks was because of just how the workload is. I ordered was it like a month or two before Adepticon, so I also was kind of thinking, well, they may have gotten a rush of orders of people trying to get stuff before Adepticon. So I don't know, there's a lot of factors I figured kind of went into it, and I wasn't trying to, like, it's kind of like one of those things, you don't want to be that pesky customer, that pesky, that person that's just kind of like, I mean, at the end of the day, they're providing a service for you. You are the customer. The customer's number one, always right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. At the end of it, I did get the thing. They sent me the proof. Once you get the proof, you say yay, nay, or hey, I switch this a little bit. After I got the proofs, the only thing I had suggested is if I could get some various sizes, because it only had the size for the shoulder pads, and knowing I was going to need these for some vehicles, that was the only kind of change. And then they sent them, and I received them, and then the only other thing that was kind of an issue is I actually am short one. I had ordered 3 total, I only got 2. Contacted them, got back to me actually pretty quickly on that. Responses, I think it's same day, if not next day. And he was pretty sure that he had put had 2 of them in there, but I was like, I took them out. I've tried to, maybe they stuck together, but no, unfortunately I didn't. So he's like, okay, well, I'll send out another one. So I'm assuming that's somewhere in the mail on its way, because I definitely know I'm going to need a lot of these. Because they're working great. I've put them on. I've got my Ancient done, my 10 Hellblasters done, and then I got done with my Chapter Master, Librarian, Captain, and my 2 Lieutenants. All have decals and are completely, you can finally say, are actually finished. Well, I say almost actually finished, because I'm actually going to probably add some squad numbers onto the Hellblasters and such. But yeah, so let's get into how they turned out, how they operate, how they worked. So the other thing, the ones that are kind of blotchy, right? So these were made to go on darker colored armor. Now he has like a little sheet here that explains. This decal sheet was printed with an overprint. The first layer of ink was solid white, with the second layer was a slightly larger print in translucent color. The translucent color will not show up on dark surfaces. And thank you for your order. So that was, I don't know, I guess I didn't realize that. And as you'll see on the model, I have 2 that are on a darker background. It worked all right. I'm definitely going to continue to use them, as I would like to have all my models with the chapter icon. Um, and it doesn't look bad. It's definitely not as good looking as the white armor ones, but it's not horrible. It definitely works. The other thing is these ones are a little bit stiffer, and they didn't conform the shoulder pad as well, so I actually had to um, take my X-Acto and kind of put a little slit on one side, not all the way through, of course, and cut it in half, but just a little slit in one wing on one side, and then directly diagonal to that up a little bit higher, did another kind of small slit, so then it would kind of fold and conform to the shoulder pad a little bit better than it initially did. And then the regular ones here were just great. They actually conform quite well to the shoulder pads. And I don't know if that's because the different print, or the fact that the space like in between like the dagger and the wings here, because there's no ink there, it had a little bit more flex to it, so it just really went around the shoulder pads quite well. And then also just blank. Oh, there. I mean, I actually kind of got semi close down here when I was doing my Hell Blasters. I only have actually two of the Devastator or heavy blast symbols left, because I had quite a few, and it was just kind of more technique, and the fact that they are very, very thin decals. They're definitely not as thick as the ones that you get with your Games Workshop, and they come with the models. So definitely the amount of ink and the type of paper potentially is a little bit different, the water slide or whatever. So they're very thin, so you gotta be very careful, because anytime it folds over on itself, you're pretty much done. Like there was one that I was able to kind of just slowly like kind of brush out, because it had folded underneath, and I had to like kind of roll back the decal a little bit and try to like brush. It was rough, but half the time you mess them up and you can't recover from that. So I got pretty close to not being able to finish those ones. But again, like I definitely need another sheet. I'm actually gonna have to probably order more of these. I'm not really sure how the reordering works. I asked them in the email when I let them know that I was missing a sheet. Didn't get a response from that. He probably just was, again, too busy, and also just worried about addressing the missing sheet anyway. But definitely gonna need some more on there, because like I said, I only got like a row HQs, which is more than enough, I think, at this point anyway. A row of Devastators, a row of Devastators of Heavy, a row of Fast Attack, a row of Elites, and then 3 rows of Troops, which is a good amount. But yeah, so I definitely need to get, I don't even know how many more of these, but I need to get a decent amount more of these for sure. My other issue that I kind of had, aside from like the missing sheet, the kind of lag in communication, I mean, the quality is good, do not get me wrong with that. But, I mean, especially on, like, you can get in kind of close here on the smaller ones, and I'm not sure if this will come across very well on here or not. Probably not. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of, like, kind of pixelation or dots. What is that? The DPI, the dots per inch type of thing. Like, I'm not sure. Obviously, these are way smaller than an inch. But at the same time, I understand that you can only print something so clear at such a small scale, and that's just what it is. Because definitely, as the image gets bigger, it gets filled in better and like printed out much better. So again, it's just kind of one of those things that it's not the end of the world, and like for what you get, you really can't beat like $35 for them to customize you a decal sheet, and then $15 after the initial, like, that's not bad at all. I feel like that price point is pretty awesome. So, enough about those. Hopefully, again, like you said, you can see how quite well they are. This one is a little bit, like I said, a little odd, and I'll show you how those turned out as well. So yeah, let me grab some models here and we can take a look. Okay, so first up here, I'm going to show my Hellblaster Sergeant here. So as you can see here, there is the chapter icon on the one shoulder pad. Like I said, it conformed pretty nicely there, and then on the other side here, got the heavy blast mark. And yeah, that's pretty much it right there. That worked out quite well. Let's see here, another example. We got my lieutenant here again, chapter symbol, and then he's got the HQ skull. My awesome chapter master here. So I just put that on there, and that was the only one that he has really on his. It's just the chapter icon. Just had to show him off again. And actually, let me reach over and grab my ancient. Here we go. Quite proud of how this one turned out. Love that banner with the bigger symbol. Like I said, let's see if you can kind of see. Let's see. Kind of zoom in there for you. So yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome. Alright, and yeah, and there you have the elite symbol, and then again the chapter icon over there. So yeah, so that all turned out quite well. Now let's take a look at some examples of the dark armor. I have the captain here and the librarian, and there's their chapter symbols. So kind of take a look here. So yeah, as you can kind of see, not quite as clear and crisp and nice as the other one, but it's not the worst in the world. Like I said, it's kind of better than nothing, but you can definitely kind of see some of the detail. The knife is kind of has like a yellow color to it, so that it's supposed to be kind of a little more transparent, so the dark armor underneath kind of helps make it black. But it's not quite black, but at the same time that helps kind of give it that definition that it's still there. And then on the captain, focus here, yep, so same story here. Not too different with the purple background, but yeah, so there you have it. But yeah, so it's not, like I said, like right about here, like that looks pretty good. Like I can't complain at all. Quite happy in general, overall. It's really a great product. You can't, like I said, you can't beat the price and everything for that. So, alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. You find it informational, and definitely give them a try if you have your own custom chapter, if you have other gaming projects or whatever that you're looking to do that you want some custom decals on. Definitely look them up, send in your artwork. Be prepared to wait, but it's one of those things, like the juice is definitely worth the squeeze, so it's definitely worth the wait. So definitely go give them a try. You'll find the link down in the description below, as well as a link to my workbench video on how to apply decals, and definitely make them look pretty awesome. So again, alright, thank you for watching, and until next time.